here's the random facts. You were working as an international scout for the Rockets, and you were in China whenever you got drafted down here. Is that right? You dropped out. Okay. And then, at one point, you had a trivia question. Who was the only coach to coach LeBron and Kobe? Because you're in LA with Kobe, you're in Cleveland with LeBron. And then I think Mike Brown took that. Yeah, he took it. Yeah.
Glad to have you with us from Bloomington, Indiana, Memorial Stadium.
But
all games might count the same, but some carry a little more juice. And when you get to this point in the season, a couple of teams in the top 10 fighting for their playoff lives and positioning, this one feels a little special. It's the USC Trojans and the Indiana Hoosiers. Alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I am Reese Davis. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We say hello to Holly.
Checking in before the game with the Hoosiers head coach. This is exactly what they expected when the season started. They knew they had to go to the transfer portal, and the quarterback they got has lived up to every expectation. He has shown great leadership, composure, and poise in every moment. But not only that, he has really shown that he can get it done on the field. Late in this season, he's taking them to where they thought they could go, but he has got to get off to a quick start here today to keep that momentum going. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So Indiana's offense will take the field first. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against this defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week, because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they face this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like, most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. Moving the pocket, it's Hoover. Quickly out to the tight end. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Hoosiers have it with a 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Pritchard. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the college football playoff. You knew these two teams were on a collision course. That's the opportunity ahead of you to go get it done in front of a lot of eyeballs watching.
He'll throw on 3rd down. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And this offense coming out slow, man. It's kind of frustrating because you had that bye week last week. What do? You go back and self-scout, look at yourself. What can I do better? And then you come out in the first quarter, and you're not playing great out the gates. They got to find themselves in a little rhythm, knock off some of that bye week.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th. Powers through the defender. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted to 4th down to keep the drive going.
How about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
Looking for room. It's Pritchard. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today.
Yeah, dang right. How much implications down the road does this have? But how about you get an idea of exactly where you stand right in the middle of the season, playoffs down the road, make your statement here today.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Quick handoff. 5-yard gain on that play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get...
That's lightning, bro.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
The Trojans offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Mayava. Turns it upfield. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
Throws a nice completion there for a first down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
And he's brought down after a short gain. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Second down, gonna throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Miller. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll go to the air. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. There he goes. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business. That's a 35 with a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. The give is to Miller. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
Well, when we're talking USC offense, it all starts with Mayava at quarterback. We get that. But, David, we also know they've got to have balance. One thing Lincoln Riley has always done, no matter where he's been coaching offense, is making sure that they can run the football as well. The Trojans always recruit well at that position. They do well through the portal, and that's not going to be any different this season. They've got to be able to tote it.
It's never any different, and they will always commit to it. And I think the quarterbacks usually get the acclaim and the fame But the running backs, man, they're always going to find those guys. Even as a young guy, King had to step in with several injuries a year ago to tote the mail. They're going to run it. They're going to commit to it. It's a huge part of Lincoln Riley's offense and the reason that they're successful.
Sets his feet. It's Mayava. He's going to let this one go deep. And this one's going to be incomplete. He was trying to make the connection in the back corner of the end zone. So they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink. When you knock it off the crossbar, those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. Past the 6. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. We reach the end of the period. It's Indiana on top as we get a look at the numbers so far.
Well, I'll tell you, when you start a game as well as this guy did on the opening drive, you're going to earn more touches later. And finally, they hand it off to him here on the second drive. But he's really shot out of a cannon in this game. I really like the way he's running right now. He's running hard. He's running with authority. They need to keep giving him the football.
Fires to the tight end. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. The Hoosiers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Straight ahead, it's Richard. Nowhere to go.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. And the Hoosiers look to keep this drive humming. They'll move the tight end. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He'll be forced out of bounds after a nice pickup on the run.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
They give it to him again. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. I'm not sure he knew he had the face mask there. Tried to let it go in time, but couldn't. It's a penalty on the defense. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Gonna run it. It's Richard. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Makes the grab. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. Back to throw. It's Hoover. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. And he throws that thing just inside the left upright. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. They are searching for any type of answer they can find, down 6-0. Can't hold on in the face of the contact. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. They've climbed into the top 10, been through some battles, proving themselves to be one of the best teams in the country. What do you think about their chances of staying there?
Well, they got to keep playing at a high level, and obviously they've had tons of success now to crack into the top 10. I'll tell you, when you get top 10, David, you get everybody's attention.
Yeah, you get everybody's attention, but I hope this team ain't just searching for a top 10. Like, I hope they're trying to be the best team in the country, and you hope the best is still to come for this squad.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. It's picked off. Don't see that very often from this Heisman Trophy candidate. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. They tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, the offense taking a shot after getting the takeaway. They're in what's called the fringe area. It's not quite the red zone, but it's a good spot to throw posts, to throw goes, to throw deep corner routes and smash routes. And that's exactly what they were thinking that time. Just a little bit off on the throw. Nice play by the defense, but I love the aggressive nature that time by the O.
They knock him down right there.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on third and long. Wants to throw. It's Hoover. Fires to the wideout. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down. The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He came so close to pinning them deep, but maybe just a little too greedy. Tried to get it too close, and it'll come out to the 20. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. To run inside, it's Miller. Nowhere to go on that one. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Keep it on the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Ball spotted at the 29. Here they come on third and short. Trying to squeak through the pile. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play. The Hoosiers take their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. They've had a couple of drives bogged down, had to settle for field goals, and now they'll try to get it into the end zone this time. Drops back on first down. Right through his hands, incomplete. I think he knew he had a chance for a big play, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
2nd and long here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Beebe. They were all over it.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Third and long coming up. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes a diving grab along the right sideline.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good. And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Sells to fake. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. The Trojans decide to use their first time.
Okay, so now the Mavericks have some international players back on the team. When you are scouting internationally, what's the hardest part about trying to figure out what will translate?
They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And the Hoosiers will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He makes the fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
Here on the Trojan sideline, I can see a lot of conversations happening between the offensive line and the running back. They just haven't been able to get the ground game going. They're talking about he has got to be more patient, and they have got to get more of a push up front. The crowd is making...
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Hoover. The ball was out behind the line. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
This offensive line is going to have to shore up this pass pro, guys. The last play they took a sack. This one they allow a hit on the QB, which forces the incompletion. 3rd down, you're going to be throwing it right here, you think, so O-line's got to step up.
And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Little bit of uncertainty there. Play clock down to 4, and they'll call a timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Third and long right here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his target down the middle. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Hoosiers will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Barber. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Holly, what's the story as we start this 2nd half?
Coach Lincoln Riley told me coming out of the locker room at the half, One of the things they're working on right now is doing a better job offensively. As you know, their quarterback is in that Heisman conversation late in the season. Every time he steps on the field is a chance to impress voters. But the coaches aren't worried about that. They want to win the game, and they know they've got to perform better here on the road with the noise against a very good team at home. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Coming into this game, man, the focal point was on the running back, right? We've got to stop the running back. Talking to these coaches, they've got to be physical. One guy, two guys, three guys have to get there. Man, they've done an unbelievable job being physical, getting him on the ground, and really shutting a great player down.
Snags it, and he's open. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Miller. Pickup of 8, it's now 2nd and 2.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
The Trojans with the 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Wormley.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
On the move, he fires. Out wide right, it's Anderson. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, USC.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. And it seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. Back to throw, it's Hoover. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the third quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
And the Hoosiers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. It's inside, it's Richard. They put the brakes on it. With the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block, but boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there, the defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not fooled, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football, and the defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut.
Right side, it's Preston. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
Fresh center downs going to the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Cuts it upfield. It's Beebe. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes the grab. At midfield, he's got room. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half, and you've got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They've got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
The Hoosiers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Touchdown, Hoosiers! And they add 6 more to the Morvettes into the house.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
Again, to start making those noises.
It's Lockhart. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, it's Wormley. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Dropping back, it's Mayava. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. 1 more quarter to play. It looks as if we are ready to go here in the 4th. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Out wide right, it's Bowman. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Wants to go up top on second down. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Quarterbacks work so hard on those mechanics, but sometimes things start moving fast and they get away from it.
It does, and when you get on that back foot, a lot of times that ball's going to drift. And you're not coming through the targets, and you're not putting enough mustard on it to get it to finish through your target and the ball to get there in a hurry. So all those mechanics are things you work on, but you're right. When you put a defense in front of you, it kind of changes that thing a little bit.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Snapped in, he has to have it. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the 4th quarter, losing, you've got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. The defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
It's complete. He'll be pulled down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line as they play a little pitch, catch, and run. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. And guys, that is a tough holding call. It'll back them up. Still first and goal, but now more territory to navigate. Several defenders there to get him on the ground.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
He's changing the play. Keeping it on the ground on 3rd and goal. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll be 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Let's check in quickly with Holly Rose.
Hey guys, checking in from the USC sideline. I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Quick give. It's Wormley. At the 45 on its way. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down. And the Trojans are in the hurry-up.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
That's caught. It's Miller. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. The Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
And those are frustrating. Like, those drops really annoy you because those running backs are always asked to be more a part of the game plan. Get the ball more, touch it more. An awesome opportunity in the pass game to make a play, ball right in his hands, and that is a missed opportunity.
Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
And the Trojans now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Fires into the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
Turning it on. He'll be brought down at the 12-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, and let's see if they try to convert on 4th. Snaps it, he has to have it. Into the end zone. Big guy smells it. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down.
Late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Under pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense.
Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they take it in for 6 more points. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. We'll see how aggressive this defense is with just a few minutes to play. Straight ahead, it's Beebe. Now across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Timeout called by the defense, 2:09 remaining on the clock.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Right side, it's Marsh. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
Oh, shit.
Timeout called on defense. 2:05 remaining on the clock, so they're hoping to save a few seconds once we get to the 2-minute mark. Short completion on first down, and here comes 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. So just 1 second before the clock would have stopped anyway. The defense uses a timeout here, and of course it'll stop again on the next play for the 2-minute timeout. This is as big a play as we've had in this game. 3rd down and 3. To the air, it's Hoover. Out wide right, it's Marsh. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. What a show both of these teams put on today. A couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested.